the charge I've got tonight is to talk to you about the military side of the budget, but I also want to talk more about what we're going to do about it. First of all, let me say something about PDA. I have not been a member of PDA. I was not paid to say what I'm going to say, but I'll say it anyway. In the time that I've had some reason to have a relationship with PDA as in a political coalitions through U.S. Labor Against the War, it's my observation that it is the single most effective political organization in the country today.
Wow.
And I say that because it has figured out how to do the inside-outside game. Not be owned by the Democrats, but have enough independence to be able to move around the obstacles of democracy. And when they have to go outside, they go outside. So for those who are thinking about PDA, I want to commend you to pay attention. They've done a lot of work with the Progressive Caucus in Congress. The Progressive Caucus, by the way, is the single largest caucus in the Congress, 73 members. Most people don't know that. One of the problems is that it is not the single most well-disciplined caucus in the Congress. If it were, it would be much more effective. And that's something that we've got to work on. When I'm around PDA, especially when I'm around national leadership, Tim Carpenter in particular, I always can count on learning something I didn't know about something that's going to happen inside that he's got notice of that no one else does. And so tonight, I'm going to share with you something that you don't know and that most of the people in the country don't know, but they will shortly, about what the Progressive Caucus is planning. Some of you know that the Progressive Caucus had, over the last couple of years, a budget. I think one year they called it the People's Budget, right? Another was the budget for all. And what they tried to do with the budget is to show more responsible ways in which you can cut things that should be cut in order to save the things that shouldn't. And cutting the military was a piece of that. Well, they've decided to scrap that. And this year they're coming in with a budget which is specifically based upon no cuts to anything that affects people like us. The only cuts they're proposing are for things like subsidies to the energy industry or big agribusiness or big pharma. No cuts to social programs. They're making the primary objective to bring the unemployment rate down to 5% in 3 years, and they said they can do it. I haven't seen the details yet. It'll come out in an embargoed form next week, and it will be released to the world the following week. They tell me that they have been assured that the Republicans are going to let them bring it to a vote. And what that's going to do is it's going to put every Democrat on the spot. We're going to find out who's with the people and who's not. People like Dianne Feinstein, for example. Of course, this is a House bill, so it will need to get into the Senate in order to test Feinstein, but Pelosi is certainly going to have to be tested. And there are a lot of people who parade themselves as progressives who need to be tested, who talk a good talk, but when they come to vote, they don't always walk the walk. So I've got a bunch of different things I want to do tonight, and I'll come back to that in a little bit.